tailgate talking on a Sunday afternoon. So let's call up the boys, bring a case or two, cause we ain't got nothing to lose. I know we were tailgate talking on a Sunday afternoon.
All right, hello and welcome back to another episode of Tailgate Talk. I'm Chris. We got Brandon to my left. And today we have a very, very special episode for you guys. We have the privilege of interviewing two El Paso baseball legends, in my opinion. Two guys that have shaped the game. They've been a pioneer for the game of baseball in El Paso for my generation and generations that are to come. So I want to introduce Alex Reyes and Justin Maese. A little round of applause.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having us.
Oh yeah, thank you guys for, first of all, allowing us you guys space. It's an awesome facility, man. Honestly, I was telling Alex last time that I came here for some personal reasons. I went outside and that was about it. You guys are morning practice and stuff, so I didn't get a chance to tour the place, but it's awesome, man. I love what you guys have done with the place. And talking about expansion too, right, which we'll kind of get into a little bit.
Yeah,
but I know
sure.
you had some.
Yeah, for sure. First thing I wanted to say is I just wanted to congratulate both of you for your business. You know, it's beautiful in here for you guys that are looking to seek baseball training or anything of that matter. Torque's the place to come. And also just to shout you guys out, you know, like shout out for all the stuff you guys have done. We have a bunch of stuff here that we'll go over, but just reading all this, man, you guys have so many accolades. It's awesome. So congratulations to both of you guys.
Appreciate that. Again, thanks for having us. Yeah, with the space, we're excited to just give back to the community. A lot of things that we didn't have the privilege to get or coaching to get, if we could do that for others, and we'll get into it more, but
yeah, for sure.
We're super excited about the place.
No, it's awesome, man. Honestly, like I see a lot of potential here, man, and you know, the point of this podcast was to, one of all, give praise to you guys for your guys' achievements and also to promote your guys' business. You know, Alex, you're a really good friend of mine, so when the idea of the podcast sparked, I mean, this is like our 5th episode, Alex hit me up and he's like, hey, man, you know, show me the eyes emoji. And I was like, dude, let's do something. I was like, let's do something, man. It'll be awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so right off the rip, man, I kind of wanted to read some of your guys' accolades. And what's funny before I do that is I'm online last night, right? I'm not trying to over-prepare anything like that, but I'm like, I want to go in there with some kind of, you know, like, see what these guys have done. And I'm Googling both your guys' names, and it got me curious. Like, I type in your name, Justin, and all these articles pop out. Alex, same thing, all these articles. And I'm like, out of curiosity, I'm like, let me fucking Google my name real quick. Dude, not a damn thing, bro. So that goes to show the difference in, you know, like our baseball careers. But right off the rip, Alex, you're a dominant player at El Dorado High School, two-way player. You're an Under Armour All-American in 2014. You had district honors, all district honors in 2013, 2014, and 2015. First team All-City in 2015. You had a career ERA of 1.1 and a 4.07 batting average. It said online that you hold the record for most hits, 43, and most wins in a single season with 6. You were a New Mexico State scholarship recipient. You played there for 4 years, I believe. You played in the Northwoods Leagues for 2 years. And you spent some time in Mexico playing professional ball with the Bravos de León, Venados de Mazatlán, Tigres de Aragua, and Guerreros de Oaxaca. And currently you're a member of Indios de Juarez. So Justin, before you say anything, Justin, you started high school, graduated in 2015. You were drafted by the Toronto Blue Jays in the 3rd round, the 91st pick overall in the 2015 MLB draft. You're very well known, from my own personal experience as well, for a dominant, like 93 to 96 mile per hour fastball. You had a dominant slider as well. You're a 2015 Louisville Slugger High School All-American. As a junior, you set a record that he set, I believe, for 156 strikeouts in a single season.
Yeah.
You made a commitment to Texas Tech, obviously, before you were drafted, which is, you know, they're always a powerhouse at the college level. And you had a good stint of minor league career. 2015, obviously, you were drafted. 2016, you played low A for the Vancouver Canadians. 2017, single A, Lansing Lugnuts. Yeah. 2018, you missed due to an injury, which we'll kind of get into. Yeah. 2019, you played for the Gulf Coast Blue Jays. 2020, the COVID happened, so not anybody didn't get to play ball except for the major leagues. 2021, 33 appearances with the Vancouver Canadians. Yeah. And then you signed with the Atlanta Braves in 2022, followed by the New York Yankees in 2023. And I believe you played for the Toros de Tijuana too.
Just a little stint.
A small stint?
Yeah.
And then currently, I don't know what your current situation is. I know you're playing in Summer League, but I don't know if you're playing elsewhere or what's the deal with that.
No, I'm retired.
You're retired?
Got in contact with the Indios. I've thought about it mainly because Us owners here at Torque are playing already, so it's kind of cool to be around our guys.
Yeah.
To do everything together. Still thinking about it a little bit, but for now, I'm retired.
You retired?
Real quick, I have a question for you, Chris.
What's up, man?
Did you look up like their social security numbers or something like that, bro? Because
I mean,
you literally gave us their whole backstory.
Honestly, bro, I thought about it, but there's only so far Google can take you. I was like,
man.
I went down a pretty deep rabbit hole to find
knows
this
the shoe
information.
size.
I'm kidding, man. Like, I mean, you Google their names. If anybody out there watching, you don't believe me about their accolades, like you just go ahead and Google their names, and all this pops up. So my question, I guess, to you guys is, hearing this, and Alex, you'll go first. Just hearing your previous achievements, your previous accolades, it's almost a decade now later. Like what crosses your mind, man? Like what are the first things that come to your mind when you hear all your achievements?
It's not so much the accolades; it's more the journey for me, honestly.
Gotcha.
The long hours, the sacrifices that the accolades came to be about. I mean, everybody wants accolades, right? But I think it's the journey really that when I hear that, I'm like, wow, I did have a pretty good and long career, thank God. And yeah, that's the first thing that comes to my mind is the grind of it and what it took to get there and achieve what I did. And hopefully there's more to come.
Of course, absolutely. Yeah. And Justin, same question for you, man.
For me, it's just like time flies, man, and when you're in it, you don't realize like the accolades, like he said, they're cool.
Yeah.
But I think I can speak for both of us. Like we had one goal, and for mine, that was the big leagues. So everything else was just trying to get there. And when you're in it, you don't really realize the stuff that you're doing to get there. Like actually, you don't see them as accomplishments at the time, I guess. It's just, hey, let's keep going. Like
would it be safe to say that you see them more as stepping stones to get to the overall
Yeah,
goal?
exactly.
Okay.
Like just, I had one goal in mind, and these are just things that I needed to do to get there. Like this was the first year to sit back and reflect and really see, like, because now we coach kids, right? And they're asking us questions, and it's like, holy shit, like I did do some of these things.
Yeah.
And in the moment, it wasn't, I don't want to say it didn't mean much, but it was like, yeah, we did those things, but it was the journey. The focus was always on the journey to get where I wanted to go.
And I love what Alex was saying too, like all the hard work and all the sacrifice, and even just reading at some of the stuff that you guys got here. There's a sign right here in front of us that says "Hard work beats talent," you know. And I can say personally, I went to school with Alex, you know, so I saw him and all the hours he put in playing middle school ball, you know, like you would see this guy play and it was like, man, what the heck, you know what I mean? And same thing over here, like built by pros, driven by the next generation. I know you brought earlier that I know this place is going to serve the next generation of ball players, you know, and I love that. I love that you guys are doing so much for the game. You guys did so much for the game and are going to continue to, because, I mean, some of these kids are going to look up to you guys, you know, or they already look up to you guys, you know what I mean? And 10 years down the road, when they have all these accolades, they're going to have you guys to thank. Like, oh, it was because Coach Alex, Coach Justin, you know, like they were the reason why. And I love that. I love that.
And that's the goal. Like we went to one of our players' signing days just the other day, and it's like, dude, this is just the first one. Like there's so many more to come, and it brought genuine happiness to us. Like seeing like, man, we had some input in that, and the goal is, man, if these kids can go further than us, that's gonna make us so.
That's like the ultimate goal, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And like you brought up, like, you know, serving back to the community. Like I don't see a better way to do so than that. You know, like specifically like. Yes, you guys have a business, and yes, you guys, you know, this is a source of revenue for you guys. But at the end of the day, I feel like I can speak for all three of us because we all played baseball. Like, it's for the love of the game, man. You know, like, you see young kids, like, I'm sure, like, if you have kids yourselves, like, in my son, my daughter, like, I see, you know, myself in them, and I'm like, dang, I want them to experience the things that I got to experience. And I'm sure it's similar in a facet with you guys, with the kids that you guys are coaching.
And you know what what we try to do with our kids is we know what works. We know what doesn't work. We know when we failed. We know when we did good. So what we're trying to bring to it is have them advance further than us by pushing the learning curve faster. Because if I had someone when I was that young trying to help me navigate through waters that are unknown, that's where I genuinely feel like these kids are going to benefit from, right? Because if he had someone to talk him through the draft process and myself through the recruiting process and how pro ball works, how structuring a contract works, what's best for me as the player, I never had anybody try to guide me in that direction because my family didn't come from that, right? So since here at Torque, you have 4 professional coaches literally helping you. Like I said earlier, we know what works, we know what doesn't work, and we're just trying to push that learning curve so these kids could advance faster than us. So when you read the same list you read for us for another one of our kids, honestly, none of us are going to be surprised. We're not surprised at all by any of the results because we see the work they put in also.
And you kind of touched on a question I wanted to ask later in the pod, but we'll just talk about it now. Like, if you could tell young Alex, like, maybe 2 or 3 things, like, what would that be? And then I'm going to ask you the same question, Justin.
I'll tell you one main thing for me. If I had trained my mind as hard as I trained the physical part of baseball, you could trade all the physical things, all the mechanics, getting strong, learning the game. But if I had trained my mind earlier in my career, I would have advanced way quicker, way sooner. So I feel like I undersold myself from that aspect in my career, but that's not what's gonna happen with these kids because I won't let it. I'm gonna push that for them now so that they don't have to go through what I went through in my career.
Same question for you, Justin.
Yeah, for me, it's just how to be a pro. Coming out of high school is always, you go from high school to pro, it's night and day difference the way that players operate. For me, my first couple of years, I was still like a kid. So for me, it was mentally, if I could just give myself advice, was, hey, learn how to be a pro first. Like, see what these older guys are doing, how they're going about their business. Because out of high school, like, I'm a very talented kid, but I wasn't a pro yet. I wasn't acting as one with my routine, when it comes to prep, the game, recovery. I did the basics, and that's only lessons that you learn through experience. Where I became a pro, like, where I could legitimately say at 24 I had everything dialed in, but when I was there as an 18-year-old, it was just, holy crap, these lights are really bright, and you just try to make your way through, but you learn as you go, and a lot of lessons only time is gonna allow you to learn. But just the mental side of, hey, narrow in. Don't let the outside noise affect you at all, but become a pro. And what is that all about?
And like you said, you can only gain things like that through experience, right? So
Yeah.
it's, I mean, like you brought it up earlier too, Alex. Like, if you had those kind of guides earlier in your career, like talking about high school, like you can go into those situations like Justin and yourself found yourselves in and be prepared mentally. Because I feel like, I mean, it's a saying as old as time. Like, baseball is 90% mental and the other half is physical.
Yeah.
So like that plays in exactly to what you guys are saying. And me personally, I feel like having a young son and Brandon having young kids that he coaches at the sports park, like bringing them to a place like Torque is gonna allow you to have all those luxuries. Look at your facilities. We'll get a video to put it up on the podcast too. But there's space for everything here, So me as a parent, me as a father with a son that plays baseball, like, what other place I would honestly another place where I'd want my kid to come train, and like especially learning from you guys, like you guys said, you guys have been there, you guys have done that, to not only pass on that knowledge mentally but physically I feel like that's what Torque's about.
Yeah, and I love something you said too about like having your first signing and stuff like that. Like me, I'm coaching 8-year-olds, right? So obviously that's years from whenever that day is gonna happen. Hopefully some of these boys do, but if I feel it with 8-year-olds, like the smile, the hey coach, thank you coach, the hug after the game, stuff like that, I can only imagine like how happy you guys are gonna be when you sit down, say 5 years from now, and you can go through a whole binder of kids that have signed that you guys helped get there, because at the end of the day, like, we're all stepping stones to the next generation, right? And for the sport of baseball, you guys are a big one, and hopefully business goes well, because I'd love to bring my son here, but bro, I'd be driving like 50 minutes to get here. So hopefully in a year or two there's Torque East, that'd be awesome. But no, man, I love that. I love that what you guys are doing for the boys.
Until then, everything good has a sacrifice, brother.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're right.
So
you're right.
do make a 15-minute drive, but I could tell you here, it's definitely worth it. There's no standing around. Everybody's on the hop here. We teach an 8-year-old how to train like we do as pros.
Yeah. Which goes back to like the stuff that I finally learned when I was mid-20s. Like they're getting it as kids, and I think, I don't know, they're just gonna be a decade ahead of wherever we were at the time.
Oh, for sure.
And going back to like the meaningful part, because coaches for me were the biggest influence. Like when I got to high school, I was extremely tight with my football head coach, and it was Ruben Torres. I was in his office every single day for hours, and he had the biggest influence on me. And going on to the pros as well, and you're just trying to capture all of this knowledge. And again, like looking back now, it's like, holy crap, I did learn a lot.
Yeah.
Like when you're in it, you're just trying to grasp everything. And being on the flip side now, teaching the kids, I find myself saying like a lot of the same sayings that my old coaches would have. Or now I'm imagining the same feelings that these kids give me. You know, when you see them struggle for a little bit and then they accomplish what they've been trying to do, and it's like, damn, like I never thought about it from a coach's perspective because I was always a player. But now seeing these kids, when either their velo goes up or they're just hitting better, and we're getting good feedback from the parents and how much they're improving, I don't know, it's super just satisfying, and we're lucky to get to do this.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, sorry to cut you off, but like, I mean, like I said, he coaches his son right now. My son took a little break from baseball, playing basketball, but when he was playing, I was coaching him, and obviously it's at a different magnitude, right? Like we're coaching 8-year-olds and stuff, but there are kids, granted, but the feeling of like the reward of like you teaching a kid something at practice and then it coming to fruition and during a game or during a big at bat, you know, them coming through, like you're sitting there talking to them, like, you know, encouraging them, like trying to build them up, and then they get the big hit, see the big old smile on their face, man. There's nothing like it, in my opinion.
Yep.
Nothing like it.
Oh, for sure. And yeah, the same thing, you know, like obviously we all had coaches that probably had a big influence on us, right, as to why we are the men that we are today. But it's like Chris was saying, like, for example, coaching an 8-year-old, like teaching them how to bunt, right? And we practice that. Might not use it a whole lot, but the situation that we do when they get it down and everything works out, you're just like, man, like you just feel so accomplished, and there's nothing better, more rewarding than that. Even like, I know a lot of people, the stigma behind like, oh, like the rings don't matter or whatever. But when you see that little kid holding up that little ring, you know, with that big old smile on his face, you're just like, yeah, like let's go. Like that's what fuels me, because obviously I don't get paid to do that, you know. Like it's all for free, right? You did it for yourself too, but like that's the reward. That smile at the end, that happiness that they bring, or the thank you coach, stuff like that.
And like we bring up Little League and stuff like that, and I kind of wanted to take you guys back to not necessarily Little League. Well, I guess yeah, Little League and high school ball. Right, everyone that plays baseball, like their goal is to what? Make it to the big leagues, right? Like I want to be a professional baseball player. Obviously not like the percentages, like the majority of kids that play Little League baseball aren't going to get a chance to do that. You two got that chance. So as you're growing up and you have these big dreams and big aspirations, and you guys start getting that attention in high school, like, you know, like you see, you know, teams sending you guys letters in the mails, like professional teams sending you guys letters in the mails and stuff like that. Start getting talked to by coaches. At that point in your career, like what does that do for your mental?
Well, honestly, like going back to Little League, like, and some people know this, but I fucking hated this guy right here. We were always on rival teams. We were the two best teams, right? But I didn't hate him in a disrespectful way, like I just flat out hate. I'm a competitor, and I hate to lose. Like I love to win. And at the end of the day, if I'm going to win, I have to go through this guy. And that's what I wanted. And I'm going to go through his ass. Sometimes I won, sometimes I lost, part of the game, right? Yeah. But me hating him was in a competitive spirit, not in a disrespectful vibe. You know what I mean?
Was the hate
same?
Was it neutral?
Was it neutral? It was neutral. But it was always respect, but it was always him that I was like, he's pretty fucking good, but so am I. Yeah. I'm like, let's see who's better. And even when we were pros, we trained together for like 5 years or so. And I mean, other than him, like I've seen him more than my own family, and that's just because we trained every single day together. And we're both pitchers, and it was just an inner competitor saying like, hey, I'm gonna support you, good job, you're doing well there, but watch this as well. Yeah. And it was funny because we competed since we were like 6, and to be in our 20s and still looking at him in the eyes, like, you're still my damn competitor to this day.
Yeah. And you know what? And it's good, like going back to what Justin said when we were training together, I mean, we were both coming off of injuries. We were both told that we'll never be able to pitch again. Started training together, started getting healthy. And that year coming back, he led AA in appearances across the whole league. I led Liga Mexicana in appearances across the whole league that same year. So it was something cool that we shared. But then it's after the game, 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. Let me see if this dude's still up. Hey, he's still up? FaceTime this dude. Hey, bro, check this video out. What do you think? Because even though I was playing really good ball, I knew I could be better. And I wanted to be better. I wanted to get paid more. And the only way you get paid more is by putting up the numbers. And at the same time, even though we're competitors trying to beat each other's asses, from that we help each other a lot when it comes to the mental side. Because at that point, we know how to pitch. We know good mechanics. But there's a lot of things in between the lines that people don't see that we see as ball players and as we get to know each other more, well, you're a little bit off right here in your mechanics, or he's telling me you're a little bit off in your mechanics, or maybe this sequence is better after throwing this certain pitch, and that's where the talks get deeper into what baseball is today, the metrics, all of that good stuff, right? But most importantly is, like, since he was a little kid, I wanted to be the best, and I did dare to think I was going to be a big leaguer. I did dare to think that I was a D1 guy. I did dare to think that I was going to play both sides of the field in college, right? So some people thought I was crazy, but I knew inside of the lines that that's where I show up the best. I don't need to do talking because I always did my talking in there, you know? So honestly, growing up as a competitor with Justin and growing into training together and now being business partners, like he said, like we see each other more than our own families now, but we're trying to build something really big that eventually we'll enjoy our time with our families still, right? That's our goal always, families first. But also this is a sacrifice, us doing this, we're just new. But those are all the same goals that we had for ourselves for every single one of our kids. Be in the best situation possible to go to college, get your education paid for at the very minimum. But the big goal is big leagues. Big goal is getting drafted. We're not going to be surprised when we get a lot of kids drafted out of here at all.
That's a great mentality, man, to have, honestly, especially as a coach and coming from your guys' backgrounds. But talk about a full circle moment, right? You guys are kids, competitors, have this competitive, edge towards one another, and then now you guys are kind of putting that same kind of passion, but as a team here, at Torque, that same kind of passion for wanting to elevate not only yourselves but the kids that you guys are teaching together. So like that's a crazy full circle moment, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. And one thing I wanted to bring up is like we were just talking before the pod how you were saying that you put in most of your work playing football. Just to get off, let's talk about something else other than baseball. Did you think you were gonna play football? Was it you said you wanted to become you want to get to the show? Did you want to get to the NFL also, or what were your thoughts there?
Because for me, my story, I have an older brother. He's 7 years older, and I was competitive as hell with him. To this day, we compete over absolutely anything. And he was pretty damn good. He held records of his own in the city, at Isleta as well. I grew up playing football since I was 6, always been a quarterback, and he had the same story. Gotcha. So we both played football, both played baseball, both quarterbacks, both pitchers and shortstops. He went D1 out of Isleta. He set records. He had 130-something strikeouts in one season. And by the time I went to high school, he was about done with college. And I was like, man, if he didn't make it and he's pretty damn good, maybe I try the football route. And when I got to high school, I did football all year round. Baseball season came and my focus was baseball. Other than that, it was football all year round, workouts, whether it's, like I said, I hung out with my head coach as much as I can, hours every day, just drawing up plays, learning how to read defenses, and I loved it. I have a genuine love for football. And when I saw my brother not make it pro in baseball, even though as good as he was, I was like, man, what are the chances that I get to? It was until my junior year, because again, we're competitive as hell, me and my brother.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he was testing me, but he had records for football and baseball. And my junior year, he was like, man, you're pretty damn good. Not as good as me, but you're pretty damn good.
Little fire in your eyes,
dude.
You say, hold my beer, I got you.
Hold on.
Yeah. So my junior year, I beat his records for football as a quarterback. And I was like, yeah, I got you in football now. He's like, all right, you got me, but never in baseball. I dominated baseball. That same year,
That's when you had the
You got
100.
I had
you
the
get the
150
156.
something. Yeah. And
That's crazy.
after that, he never said anything.
Yeah, what
But I'm
could
pretty sure it was a nudge because he knew how to poke me.
Oh,
And
yeah.
And I'm sure, like, as a brother, like, he always, like, it's like that competitive, like, budge, you know? Like, I have a
Yeah.
brother, too, and it's always, like, same thing, dude. Like,
Yeah.
every little thing, we're competitive, right? So
Everything.
It's like, and you always want to see your younger brother do better, if not
Yeah.
as good as you, better than you, right? Like, it's
Yeah.
just, it's a natural brotherly thing, right? So
yeah,
I'm sure.
he told me years later. But I was like, I've been waiting for that, dude.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome.
But now I started talking to colleges after my junior year. Had a chance to play Texas Tech football and baseball, more
dang, I
so
didn't know
towards the baseball side. But no, my senior year came around, and that's when I knew it was going to be baseball because at that point it was just pro scouts. I wasn't talking to no colleges anymore. So I had an idea like, okay, this is the route that I'm going to go.
That's cool, man.
And same with you, Alex. I know we didn't, since he did your whole history check. I wish you would have done Alex Reyes basketball because I know you were a hooper
Yeah,
too.
you were a good hooper.
Was there any, like, if you don't mind me
correcto.
asking, was there any, like, college recruitment in basketball?
Funny you say this too. So my senior year, we're playing against some team from East Texas. It's the second round, and my uncle's telling me after the game, we ended up losing that game, right? Really close game. But my uncle sees a coach from Texas Tech go, and he goes, "Who you here to watch?" "Oh, I'm here to watch 24 from El Paso." My uncle's like, "Really? It's my nephew." And to me, I was like shocked. I was
Yeah.
like, "Really?" Because Texas Tech was one of the schools that recruited me my senior year as well. They just wanted me to pitch. I wanted to play the field, but I knew he had a scholarship. Now, as a pitcher out of high school, I topped out at 94. Justin topped out at 98, right? Just there's levels. I always tell people there's levels, right? But I always tell him I'd whoop his ass on the field still. Like, he might have pitched better than me, but I'd whoop his ass on the field.
You can make up for
but
those 4
yeah,
miles
dude,
per
I
hour
had-
on the
So
field.
apparently Texas Tech went to go watch me. I had 2 D2s in New Mexico. I had some JUCOs. El Dorado, I have the points and assists record. For someone to beat my record, honestly, you got to start on varsity since your freshman year. I actually,
Levels, right?
actually,
levels to athleticism, bro.
I actually had more all cities and regions in basketball than I did baseball, which I think is fucking stupid. You know, like, because I mean, I'm not lying, I was good at basketball. Like, if I always told people if I was 6'4", 6'5", I would have tried the basketball route as well.
Yeah.
When I went to New Mexico State, I actually went to a couple open gym runs, but with the basketball team. So I had a couple buddies that were on the team, and then at the time, Pascal Siakam was in there too.
Yeah, that's right.
And so I'm running an open gym with Pascal Siakam, and I get switched up on a pick and roll. He has me in the post. So I'm like, all right, well, he's got the size advantage, but I got stronger legs as a baseball player. Let me push his big ass out of here. He hit a turnaround jumper, bro. My hand probably got up to his chest. That's when I realized, you know, again, there's levels.
There's levels to
So
it.
even
like the pitching.
so those people,
Throwing 90 plus,
yeah,
bro.
and those people that think that the guys on the bench suck, you're sadly mistaken. Those guys are very good.
No, yeah, and like I said earlier, I got the privilege to go to school with you, and dude, like I remember, I think I told you when I was cutting your hair. I don't know if you remember, we played at Sanchez because
Yeah.
we played baseball together, and he goes up righty
Oh, you did
twice, sends it over the fence, and for shits and giggles, he's like, let me switch, let me go left, same shit, poof. Everybody's just like,
Dude, I had a bomb lefty at Sanchez. Had 4 homers that day.
You're ready? Your other teammates are probably like thinking in their head, like, bro, like I can't even. I'm trying to get a base hit righty, bro. This guy's going out here lefty, the opposite side, and just hitting the.
Some
the
of
jack.
those were wind dated. There's a
Hey,
lot of wind that
hey,
day,
bomb's
but
a
a
bomb,
homer's
bro.
a
Bomb's a
homer.
bomb, Bomb's a bomb,
I'll
bro.
take it.
Yeah.
But for me to do it lefty was really like, I'm here.
yeah,
That's crazy, bro.
And same thing in basketball, football that we played together. Like, this dude was just like, you know, have you seen those
Athlete.
videos, bro, where like, there's like how God created like someone, and then it says like athleticism, and then
Just a big old with the water.
with
yeah.
me, God just got like a dropper in.
He gets him.
Laters.
Bro, that's one thing I wish I would play was football more, bro. Because I wanted to be quarterback, but trust me when I tell you, I cannot read a defense. I don't know who the hell to look at. I would look at my quarterback. He'd be running calling the play. I'm like, what the hell did he just say? And he'd just be like, right here, bro.
Just go, bro.
Just right here. And then just throw me that ball, bro.
Just want to go route, bro.
My only thing was if I'm a receiver, bro, I'm not going to drop the ball. I'm a pro receiver. I'm catching every ball, and I'm running for my life because I don't want to get scared. or hit hard and get injured. Now I can't play baseball, so that's what I did in football. Catch the ball, run for my life towards the end zone. And it worked out sometimes, but I did get rocked
So
one time.
we're talking about like playing multi-sports, right? Obviously, from you guys' backgrounds, you guys are both dominant in 2 different sports in high school. As coaches for baseball specifically, would you guys recommend kids to play multiple sports, or is it one of those things where you gotta dedicate your entire life if you want to be a professional baseball player from a kid to when you're getting older?
No, because there's a lot of things that I learned from football that just translate. Just being able to move and my coordination, and I mean, obviously for you with basketball.
Yeah,
But
100%.
you talk about athleticism, it is just trying to be an all-around athlete.
Yeah.
And you know what? Scouts look at that too. Like, I remember my senior year, this guy from the Rangers, Doug Banks, he was actually looking at Justin and myself. This dude went to go watch me play basketball against Americas, and because he was trying to decide, well, do we let this guy hit if we draft him? Because we know he's got an arm, he's going to pitch no matter what, but we want to see that he could play the field and stuff. So he literally went to go watch me play basketball. He saw me play basketball. I think I had like 33 points that night. He's like, yeah, you're gonna play the infield, and if it doesn't pan out, then you'll be a pitcher. You could always pitch, but we want to give you a chance. But it matters, bro. Like, the more sports you play, the bigger edge you have, in my opinion, because it's different movements. Like, basketball taught me a lot of lateral quickness, and me being a point guard, I would see everything in front of me and see plays happen before they happen. And so, goes back to baseball as a shortstop, I'm seeing the same thing, right? So it made the game a little bit more simplified for me, and I think I was just above other athletes in terms of I could see the play happen before it happens, or my anticipation, my IQ of the game grows just because I played a different sport.
You also don't want to burn out a kid. Like,
And you do see that a lot.
yeah, and it's like at the same time, let them be kids. Like, it's not, I don't know, sometimes, and we try to talk to parents about, let them love the game. Like, let them just play. Now, a lot of them do have goals to go to college, play pro ball, but love it.
Yeah.
Like, you're only a kid once, and it's a small window in your life. And if you're treating it to an extreme, you don't want the kid to say, like, man, I've had enough of this.
Yeah.
Like, if
And-
the kid genuinely wants to go and put in the work, support them, but don't take it to a place where it's just forced and you're going to do baseball only, you're specializing in pitching. It's like, no, let the kid be an athlete. If he wants to try other sports, play other sports.
And it's funny that you bring that up. Just talk about like my son, right? He plays football, basketball, and baseball. But it's like I never tell him like you need to play. Like, it comes from him. Like, he's like, Dad, I want to play. Cool, let's find you a team. He just started flag. Had a pick 6 this weekend. He was all excited, and he was like, Dad, like, I want to keep playing football. So sometimes just to like shoot the shit with him, right? I'd be like, so pick one. And he's like, oh, Dad, come on.
You can't do that to me. You can't do that to me, Pops.
And
Come
no,
on.
but I do obviously seeing both of you and knowing that you guys were both good in multiple sports, I feel like that pushes me even like as a father, you know? I know we're not even talking about like parenting right now, but seeing your guys' success makes me think like as a father, like, damn, like if I keep putting in the work with my son, like, not saying I'm not going to compare him to you guys, but hopefully one day like he has his own story, and hopefully sitting in the same shoes, whether it's football, basketball, or baseball, and he's able to give back to the community, and hopefully he could be an influence to other kids also.
Yeah, just let them, like, passion is a big thing. And as long as you could, and I mean, kind of hard to balance, but always keep him on the side where he wants to play. Like, if there's a point where he's just dragging and, man, I'm over it, like, might have just taken it too far, but
Yeah.
he should always be like, man, I want to go. I want to go to the court. I want to go to the field. 'Cause when you have true passion, that's when you really get better.
Gotcha. And just you guys brought something up about what you brought up, Justin, about the love of the game, right? As a kid, does that ever waver when you become a professional baseball player, a professional athlete? Like, does it go from just strictly the love of the game, like, to now it's like I'm getting paid to do this and it's my job now? Like, does that ever kind of?
Absolutely, bro. If anything, when you first get that check for playing the game that you've been grinding your ass for your whole life, it feels really good. It feels awesome. Like, that's part of the dream, right? Getting paid to play a game. But again, it goes from being a game to this is your job.
Yeah.
And when it goes from a game to your job, you don't always enjoy it. And I went through some injuries. Justin went through some injuries. And to be honest with you, like those are probably the darkest times that I had in my life, in my career, when baseball was taken away from me because of an injury. And then when you come back to have to go through it again, even, I had 2 injuries and it was really tough. But when it's your job, that's when you have critics. Everybody knows more than you. Even a lot of Twitter fingers, a lot of people on Instagram, people DMing me. I lost the parlay because I lost the parlay because you should go die because I lost money. You know, like crazy. I've gotten messages like that, but I always tell those people, shit, like when I win you money, send me a little piece, and then I'll let you tell me whatever you want, bro. But when it becomes a job, you see, for example, one of your best buds on the team, and they get released, and that's when it becomes real because my buddy, he's got a family, he's got a wife and kids, and when they get released, they're thinking the same thing. Like as a ball player, you only get paid when you play, so when you get released, there's no money coming in. And your mind goes to, fuck, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? How am I going to figure it out? What am I going to do to feed my family now? Your mind goes everywhere.
Yeah.
And so when you see someone get released, that's when it becomes reality. And you're like, damn, well, I got to produce. And then your mind goes to where when you start thinking about your numbers, that's when your game goes to shit. And in my experience, when I just played my game to try to win games and do what's best for the team, then that's when I did the best. And that it's ironic that that's when I ended up getting paid more because I did good. You know? But crazy. When it's a game, that's what we tell the kids, to have fun. Because eventually when it's your job, it's not always fun. And it's our job to remind ourselves, you know what? I'm getting paid to play a game. Yeah. And it's a blessing.
Oh, yeah. 100%. And go ahead, bro.
No, go for it.
So, something else to ask you guys is like being pros and being in the game for the time that you guys did. How do I ask this? Like, did it ever hit a point where you guys didn't like it anymore? Where you guys were like, you know what, like, should I stop doing this? Or maybe I don't love it no more. Maybe I don't want to do this anymore.
No, I think sometimes you get tired. Because you go from, like I went from a high school season, which is super short, and you're playing 2-3 games a week, and it's for 2 months maybe. And you end up playing seasons where it's 140 plus games. It's not that you don't love the game, but it's like damn, this is just, it's a lot.
Very consistent.
Yeah, because you don't think of athletes, and like I didn't see my family majority, like for the almost 10 years straight, majority of the year I didn't see my family. So I didn't talk to friends as much, because you're just doing one thing over and over and over now. And it's a blessing because I can't complain about playing baseball for a living.
Yeah.
But even then, it's like, it's a grind.
Yeah.
Because in the minor leagues, you're having bus rides, just long days sometimes. And even though it's a blessing, it's like, damn, today I'm just tired as hell. Because I'm going to do the same thing today, doing it tomorrow
and the day after
that. Again and again.
Yep. I mean, yeah, you play, the only days you get off in pro ball is Mondays. And even then, that's a travel day sometimes.
And then as pitchers too, right? Like you guys are playing once every 5 days. If you're a starter, if you're a reliever, it's a little bit different, right? Your name can be called.
I mean, we got to live both. I still agree with this. Starter as a pitcher is the most beautiful life you could ever have.
Yeah.
Because golf 4 days, play baseball 1 day.
Yeah, but you get ready for your 1 day to start, right? When you're a reliever, and especially like the year that we both broke the records, like I literally threw more than half of the games in a regular season before playoffs. The year that I won that, and I did that twice in my career. So out of the 6 games we play a week, I'm throwing 4 of them at that point, which is pretty heavy.
Yeah.
And people see the beautiful side of it, the Instagram posts, that he's doing awesome, this and that. But you do have the dog days where you hit halfway through the season.
How's your body feel?
Oh my God, bro. I'm over here like I've never injected myself anything, bro, and that's when I found out about B12 vitamin when playing in Mexico, and B12 just made me feel like the man the next day. But then
my pops takes that, bro. He's like, dude, you feel like a different person.
Yeah, you know, and that's when you start learning about more of your health. Like, what do I gotta eat? Like, what I need to put in my body so that I could get through the season, because you go through a lot of, especially us through injuries, it's like, how many times did we take ibuprofen or a painkiller to get through the season? And so I do my best. When I'm out of season, I don't take no ibuprofens. I don't take anything. I do everything natural. But during the season, when you play that many games, sometimes it's necessary to get through again because it's our job. You know?
Yeah, so like recovery, like you bring up recovery and stuff like that. Like as a professional, like was there like a lot of opportunities for you guys to enhance your recovery, or is it like kind of how the high school you throw your arm in a bucket, slap a bag of ice on your shoulder?
No.
No, and what was cool to see, like the beginning of my career in 15, it was still somewhat old school. It wasn't until about 2019, 2020 where a lot of aspects of the game came into play, whether it's the mental side or the physical side. But like a Blue Jay saying was recovery and prep is just as important as the game. Because it's not about feeling good today, but how are you going to feel throughout this long season? There's 140 plus games. That's where you start learning, and teams started investing more into that side. Where before it was, if I walked into the training room and there's a veteran there, they're telling me like, "Dude, get the fuck out of here! You're 20 years old. Like, how are you hurting?
How are you sore right now?"
Yeah. Like, why are you wasting the trainer's time? And going from that to like when I was with the Yankees, it was, all right, you know, nutrition was a big thing. So you get to your locker and they have a smoothie that's made for you already.
Oh, damn.
And after that, you do your prep, and they help you with your prep, whether they need to stretch you out or anything. You're working with trainers. You go do your work, and then right after your work, they're ready for you saying, hey, I need to see you in the training room in 10 minutes. But they have a set schedule that you just got to go through the day. But it really is prepare, and they'll help you with it, work, and then recover. But they're doing everything with the plan compared to my first days was, all right, you're a kid, and get out of here. Yeah. You should feel good already.
Yeah, you shouldn't be hurting, man.
Yeah, but it was cool to see the game change and see everything come together, because now every team has mental coaches. Now every team has nutritionists. They're feeding you a lot better. The training staff on most teams just grew. So it was cool to see the beginning where teams were, because like with the Blue Jays, especially our spring training, it was a small building, maybe the size of this. And my last year there, they had a freaking huge facility.
Dang.
Super modern, but it was like they really saw the change in how to go about, again, being a pro. It's not just on the field stuff, but hey, take care of yourself.
Yeah. And as you got older, did you guys start like realizing like how much more important it was to do specific things for your recovery, for like, you know, like as far as like your nutrition, stuff like that? Like, because I know like myself, I mean, I'm not a professional athlete, but just as I get older, man, like,
you feel it, huh?
I go play slow pitch softball. I'm like, damn, I got to stretch now, you know? Like, I can't just show and go anymore. Like, actually,
do you remember that tournament that everybody was tripping out on me because I was stretching when we were in Cruces? We went to the Enchilada, bro, and everybody's like, why does Alex stretch every game? We're playing like 12 games. I'm like, because I fucking need to, motherfuckers. And they'd be like, hey, it's not that I want to. I need this
like
shit.
This
right
guy throws
here.
90-something miles an hour. How come he's not letting it loose in the outfield? I was like, bro, like this is an activity for him, bro. Like he gets paid to throw the ball, bro. He ain't worried about throwing some freaking slow old guy at home right now. Like,
no, dude, but going back to the recovery stuff, like even in Mexico, fuck, dude, it's gotten a lot better. But at the beginning, it was a lot of old school thoughts. Veterans first, rookies last. So because I already had my injuries in college, I knew I had to get certain things in or I just didn't feel right. And I just didn't want to be the guy getting in there with our caballos, with our horses, our veterans, our all-stars. When they're getting treatment in, they're going to look at me like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Right? So I had to show up, bro, at 2, even though practice wasn't until 4, so that I could get that in. I would try to sneak it in because I knew what I had to do to get ready. But it was very old school at the beginning. And Liga Mexicana, like, it's catching up to the big league part, like, in terms of all the food, the nutrition, the recovery part. But now there's more big leaguers in Liga Mexicana than ever before. So, of course, the league wasn't a step up. But at the beginning, bro, you didn't want to be seen in the training room, bro. You really didn't.
But even, like, here now, even with our kids, because we have 9-year-olds now, and we'll throw bullpens with them, right? It's the first year pitching, and all through high school, they're doing the same recovery stuff now.
Oh, shit.
But it's just to teach them. Like, I know their bodies feel good. They're freaking 9,
They
12
have
years
rubber
old.
arm, bro.
Yeah, they feel phenomenal, but it's, hey, learn how to do it. Learn an actual process, because even when we teach here, they're doing a full prep the same way that it is in the pros. And then you get to your work. You don't just show up and, all right, guys, start throwing.
Couple of arm stretches, 10 seconds here. And
No, we do things
Our warm-up
right.
takes about 20 minutes or more, bro.
That's crazy.
But it's
That's good though,
involving
man. It's
stretching,
good.
it's involving agility work, so to make sure that the core temperature is up. And all right, now we get to work. And then if they're on the mound, they're for sure doing recovery work. And then to top it off, we have them all working out in the gym, which is
awesome.
what you do in the pros.
Yeah.
Like when I got to the Braves, it was, all right, you do your prep, you go pitch, and the first thing you do is go into the weight room. And it's like, well, we could do that here. So stuff that, again, that I was doing with the Braves,
We're doing it
like
right
these
here.
kids, they're kids, but they're already starting that process. And to them, it's normal. You know, they come in and it's just what they do, but
Yeah.
it's like,
But that's the
we
goal.
didn't have
That's
that.
the goal with all our kids. We want to normalize all the shit that is now, so that when they're college, when they're draftees, and it's their first year at that level, they're not deer in headlights kind of guys.
They got
They're
that mental edge over people that may not have
No,
had that
they-
kind of
They know
training.
what they're doing.
Exactly.
they're light years ahead of, all the other freshmen. Light years ahead, because we already started that here. So anything they go see over there, even when they're in high school and they're going to combines and tryouts, trying to get drafted, trying to get recruited, none of that stuff to any one of our guys is going to be brand new, which is a huge edge over everybody else.
For sure. And especially like places like Dallas, Houston, like where a lot of ex-professional big leaguers or professional baseball players live, like they open academies, you know, like D-Bat in Dallas. I know we had one briefly here, but Houston has a bunch of academies. I have a cousin that lives in Dallas, and he works out with a ex-professional. You really don't see that here in El Paso until now, until you guys opened up Texas Torque. So El Paso's a relatively big city, right? It's not as big as Houston or San Antonio or Dallas and stuff like that, but it's a big city, and we have a lot of talent here. And to have that addition for all the kids, for all the youth kids that are out there, it's a huge plus in my opinion.
Yeah, and for the youth kids, it doesn't matter how good you are at baseball. First thing someone's gonna ask you, what do your grades look like, son? So that you don't got that 3.0 and above, you're not gonna get a lot of money. But when you're really good at ball, you got a 3.0 and above, here's your money, here's your scholarship.
There we go. And that's what it's about, right? You guys said earlier, like it's about, if not making it as a pro, like to get your school paid for, you know, to set yourself up financially for when you're an adult, you know, because I mean, I played a couple years in NAIA baseball, and I got like a partial scholarship, like a half scholarship, and I'm still paying off, you know, student loans from that time.
But
So
you would have
it's-
paid more if you hadn't got anything.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, that's why parents invest into training like this, is with the goal in mind, like, I'm making the sacrifice for my kid to get training elsewhere, right? So that my kid could either get drafted or get a scholarship.
Or just get the best opportunity, because it was really huge for us because there's no place like this. Nobody's doing a full training for these kids, like nowhere in El Paso. So it is really exciting for us to come together. And like when we first started this, it's 4 of us, and we have pitching, infield, and everybody has their own resumes. And it's what'd you learn with your experience, and what'd you learn? And we just had hours of conversations to build a program for these kids.
That's
So-
awesome, brother.
And part of the
Yeah.
gym part also, like gym is mandatory. Like traditionally, when you go to a facility and you pay for lessons, it's an hour lesson. With us, it's 90 minutes. An hour of skill work and half an hour strength and conditioning. But we also take a week, we just started a couple weeks ago, where it's mental gym, meaning what is my confidence? What does confidence mean to me? What is a good attitude? What is a bad attitude? What's your approach? What's your thought process when you're hitting? What's your thought process when you're pitching? Right? What's your thought process on defense? What's your thought process after the air? What's your thought process after you give up a bomb? What's your thought process after I struck out 3 times in a row? Or I struck out 1 time? And that's something, going back to what I told you guys earlier, that if there's anything I would change from earlier in my career, it's just that part right there. Because the physical and the grind is what I've always had. Nobody had to teach me that, because I love this game. Going back to what Justin said too, like, you got to enjoy it. And I've always enjoyed this shit, and I love it. I still love it. That's why we built this, because all we know is baseball, hypothetically, right? And we want to keep doing it, but a week training in mental gym also propels you forward.
Oh,
Because not everything's physical.
yeah.
Not everything's physical. So the mental part is also what we teach these kids, even if they're 8 years old.
And for all you parents out there listening that have little league kids or little league or high school kids, even guys that are in college right now, these guys have been there, done that, and like Alex is pointing out a lot, is that the mental side of baseball. You can't just work out the physical; you got to work out the mental. It's like, obviously from what you guys are telling about your experiences, it's a very, very important part of the game, especially to elevate yourself, right?
Yeah, because especially like when you are in pro ball, you're gonna have bad outings. Like you're gonna give up homers, you're gonna lose games, but on the mental side, how do you recap how the game went and just let it go?
And flush it.
And yeah, just let it go to be your best self the next day.
Yes, and coaching 8-year-olds, right? That's my biggest thing. Is like baseball's a game of failure. You're gonna fail more than you succeed. You know. So me having to explain to an 8-year-old kid that has struck out maybe 3 times in a row, trying to tell him like, hey, dude, like, and obviously you have to like break it down to like the kid level, right? So like, hey, dude, like Shohei Ohtani strikes out too, you know, and then you tell them that, and they're like, oh, okay, like,
he does.
well, he does, you know, or same thing like. My son was pitching one day and they hit a bomb off him. And then, I mean, obviously I say Shohei Ohtani because he's probably the biggest name in baseball, right?
Yeah.
And
On
I'm
the
like,
best team also.
Oh, here we go, baby.
Well,
Here we go, baby. But I tell him, like, Shohei's giving up homers too. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's right. So I do kind of see, and I like that you guys are instilling that in the kids already. Like, hey, you're going to have a bad game. This is the way we go about it. And then you grab it, you throw it away, you be yourself the next day.
It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, you know, because Bryce Harper struck out 5 times in a game multiple times in his career. And you're not going to sit here and tell me that guy is not a good hitter or not a good professional baseball player. Same way as you're not going to tell me that Clayton Kershaw is a terrible pitcher because of some games in the playoffs when he's a Hall of Famer, whether you like it or not, right? And if those guys go through it, I tell kids all the time, only people that don't strike out are people that don't hit. Only people that don't give up runs, that don't give up homers, are people that don't pitch. So
that's a good way to put it. That's actually a really good way to put it.
100%.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, teaching kids to be competitive. And my biggest thing, and I know how you were both saying that you guys hate losing, right? I tell these boys, like, winning isn't everything, but striving to win is. Like, you want to be a winner. Like, and same thing to a lot of, like, the parents out there, like, because you see it. I don't know if you guys are. I'm on it because of like the little league stuff and I-15 baseball, right? And everybody's always bashing coaches because all he wants to do is win.
I call it the transfer portal.
Yeah, literally, bro. The season ends and there's people like, hey, I'm looking for a team. But yeah, like telling the parents, like winning. If you have a winning mentality, you're gonna succeed in life. Yeah. You know. So I love what you guys are doing. I know we've gone a little over an hour talking about all this stuff.
Yeah.
But I love it, man. And I know earlier I made the joke, like, damn, I wouldn't drive. Not that I wouldn't, right? But I'm like, damn, a 50-minute drive? Like, man, I might make that 50-minute drive, you know?
Bro, first one's on the house, bro.
Because, I mean, this is something I would definitely want my son to be a part of. And hopefully, if you guys are watching, you guys bring your kids here. I mean, this facility, like he said, we'll put a video recap to everything. As soon as you walk in, I was like, damn. Like, and I've taken my son to other baseball training facilities. There's nothing like this. Like, I can honestly say there's nothing like this.
Yeah, and again, you're gonna have 4 former professionals. Like, not 1, not 2, not 3. You're gonna have 4. That felt like LeBron right there.
Not 1, not 2, not 3.
But we try to do our best to just genuinely pass on everything to these kids.
Yeah, and aside from ourselves, I mean, our other hitting guy, Eldor Garcia, 4th-round pick with the Mets.
He was the reason I didn't go to EPCC, man.
You know, what?
I had an offer from them, and I was like, oh, he's going there? Like, nah, never mind, I'm good.
But you see, like, even then, like, people think, oh, well, EPCC sucks, it's a JUCO. I always tell kids, you know, go to where you're going to play.
Exactly.
Put yourself in the best situation for yourself. Everybody wants to be a D1 player. I get it. I was one of those. But I had a full ride. I knew I was going to play, right? But if you have a full ride to a smaller school, whether it's D2, D3, NAIA, I played with guys in pro ball that are products of those divisions, that are products of a smaller school. And at the end of the day, we were wearing the same uniform in the same league, you know?
Yeah, that's true, man. And just to kind of get off your guys' playing career a little bit, Texas Torque, what's the, you know, like, how did that come to be? Was it just you and Justin? I know you guys said you have four guys that run it, but was it an idea that sprouted just from you two, or how did it go down? How did everything go down with that?
No, that started with you, man.
Well, first off, me and Justin were at another facility where we were training as players, and we were also coaching kids there. And then we were thinking, like, bro, like, there's so much more to be done for the community, for El Paso, that it's not even, it's untapped. Like, people don't know how to go about stuff. How we talked about earlier, how to go through, let me pick a college, where to even go to get seen by coaches, where to do in the draft process. And we're like, dude, there's so much more to untap. Like Justin, me and Justin spoke about it one day, and we're like, well, you know what, dude? I mean, let's get a loan. Let's start something up, whether it's small, like we'll build it up, whatever. He was actually already meeting with banks, you know, and I was like, well, shit, like, how am I going to do it?
Yeah.
You know, like trying to pull my resources together. And we met Adrian Provencio, who is he's an angel, honestly. Like, this dude is incredible. He's one of our business partners as well. So it's 4 coaches that play pro ball, but Adrian Provencio is our 5th guy. So it's myself, Justin, Eldor, Gabriel Aguilar, also pro guy, Division I guy, small dude from El Paso, Texas. So yes, you don't have to be 6 foot to make it, right? And he's the epitome of it. And then we have Adrian Provencio. And when one time I spoke with Adrian, and he goes, bro, I have a warehouse. Like, I have a place. Like, you really need to go get a loan, bro? I have a place. You want to go check it out? And so I was just like, all right. So I was like, all right, let's go. Let's go check it out. So I'm over here following him out to the west side. I have no idea where I'm at. I've always been on the east side my whole life also. And so I walked in here, bro. My eyes lit up. I was like, oh, my God. I cannot believe it. I literally thought it was an empty warehouse, and we'll build it up from that. No, I walk in, we have a gym, we have cages, we have 5 cages. There's a few things that we need maybe to make this the best that we possibly can. First thing I do, I see the facility, and he's like, well, let me know what you think. I'll hit you up tomorrow. So as soon as I got in my truck, hey, Justin, bro, you won't believe this shit, bro. You will not believe what just happened. Like, we're about to do all these things. It's right here in front of our faces, bro. Like, we got to jump on this right now. Justin's like, no way, bro. I was like, come check it out. Justin comes and checks it out. Same thing, eyes lit up. We're like, bro, this is untapped. I didn't even know this place existed. I've born and raised here my whole life. Didn't even know this place existed. Next call, Gabe, Eldor, what's up, bro? We have an opportunity here. Do you guys want to take it? Because I can't do it alone. Me and Justin can't do it alone for the scale that we're trying to grow it to, and for the purpose, which is getting guys to college and getting guys drafted, or making excellent young men out of them. Because not everybody's going to make it, but they will have great opportunities because they train here regardless, is what we're trying to build here. And now we're here where we're at. We're about to hit a milestone of 100 kids. We're 3.5 months into our business. So thank God everything has gone very well, but we put in hours. Again, all of our experiences as players is what we put together. We took hours on building our programs, and just because we played at a high level doesn't mean we know it all. We're always willing to grow and learn more, which is why I enjoy working with Justin. I enjoy working with Gabe and Eldor and Adrian. We're always trying to get better every single day so that they could benefit from it, because we had our time already. Like, even though I'm still active, like, I don't see it as me living my dream. Even though I love it, I love to rep Juarez. Like, my dad won a championship there. I think it'd be awesome if I won one there also. But it's their time now.
Yeah, just real quick, because I'm curious, and if you guys don't mind, like, talking about, like how does it work here? Like, do you guys charge, like, a yearly, like, fee? Like, is it per session? Like, how do you guys?
We have memberships, and it really just comes down to how many times a week do you want to train, or per month. We try to make it work for everybody. Everybody's situation is a little bit different. Everybody's schedules are different. But if you want to come once a week, twice a week, 3 times, or unlimited, we have a package ready for you.
Awesome, yeah. So, because I'm sure people that are watching this will probably be like, well, how much do they charge? You know, like, that's always the biggest question, because that's a question I have for myself. And I was going to ask you guys off camera, but I figured why not ask you guys
Give the information,
and give the information out to everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And we could give you our website with our prices too. That way you could display it on the podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
But,
we'll for sure tag the Torque page.
But
We'll put it on the
so
description.
the only thing with us is if you get a month-to-month contract, you pay full price. If you get a 6-month contract,
Well, the longer the commitment, the bigger the discount.
Okay.
Awesome.
basically that's how it works. And if you have siblings, I have 2 kids that need to train. You pay the price for the one, the second one gets half off.
Cool. That's awesome.
And we do that because we want them to be in here.
Yeah,
We're
and
not. We understand, like, people. We got to pay bills. We
Yeah,
got
it's
to work.
expensive.
But it's definitely worth it. Like I said earlier, you're training with 4 professional guys that have been there, done that, and honestly, I think it's totally worth it.
Cool. And just before we cap this off, Chris and I talked about this in the last episode, and it kind of like sparked a good viewing on our page. But I'm gonna ask you guys this: are you going In-N-Out or are you doing Whataburger?
Whataburger.
All
That's
day?
without a
Like,
debate. Yeah.
Alex?
Thank you.
In-N-Out fries, dude. That you might as well eat cardboard. Dude.
No, I agree. You know what? I'm on Whataburger side, but I will not miss an opportunity to get me an In-N-Out when I can.
100%.
But I will definitely go Whataburger on this one because there's so many classics. You got the patty melt, you got the
sir.
Monterey melt.
No, and it's like
Green chili double.
when we were talking, I told them, like, if you compare like the In-N-Out, so the double is what you're gonna get, right?
Yeah.
And we're not talking about animal style, just the double, and you get a number 2 from Whataburger because it's 2 patties, right? Oh, In-N-Out all day.
So you're talking about like strictly burger.
Yeah, just
for
burger. I'm taking In-N-Out. I think it tastes better. But overall, as a restaurant, I mean,
Bro, you can't
There's no
go
debate.
you
Yeah,
can't
in
go
my opinion,
wrong.
There's no debate. Like
No.
Yeah, I don't think there's a debate because, like I said, I could even get breakfast at that bitch.
exactly. That's one of the guys commenting. He's like, I don't think In-N-Out has breakfast, bro. So the case closed. It's Whataburger all day.
Now, if I was working at there, I'm working at In-N-Out because the pay's better, though.
oh,
I like how Alex goes straight like monetary. All right, where am I gonna make the most bread, bro?
for sure.
But before we close out, guys, is there anything you guys want to, like your biggest piece of advice for young kids that are going, like up and coming, maybe have some offers, kids that are young that are aspiring to get these offers into work? Like, what's your biggest piece of advice
I think
for the youth baseball, Paso specifically?
for players and parents, I think if you are going to train and are looking towards doing something like this, do your research because you don't want to waste your time and money.
Yeah.
Like, look us up and everything that we do. Come make a visit. You're more than welcome. But we are definitely worth your time. We're definitely worth your money. We cover fielding, hitting, pitching, the gym.
The mental side.
The mental side. Because if you really want to get to those places, prepare yourself, but prepare yourself in the right way. Because like something that one coach told me, dude, you could do 1,000 reps, but if it's bad, you just got really good at doing something bad.
Yeah.
Like rather than do the right reps the right way. And I know we could provide that. The quality is here. And I'll end it with, your imagination does fucking wonders. From myself, since I was a kid, I knew I was gonna play past high school. How? I mean, I don't know, but I just knew it. Like I pictured it every single day. It wasn't an option. It was gonna happen. If you have that belief in yourself and you're ready to get that work, and it will happen. Man, believe in yourself.
Oh, for sure. And I think a quote I like to live by is, if you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything.
Anything.
Right? So I'm sure if you were to tell, and you instill that in these kids, like you said, like their imagination will take them places they might not even imagine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alex?
Power's in the mind, bro. Like I said, I'll double back to it every time. If my mind was better, I would have gone way higher. But I always saw myself at the top. It's like Bruce Lee said, be water. You talk to water good, water's gonna treat you good. You talk to water bad, it's gonna treat you bad. You talk to your brain good, it's gonna treat you good. Talk to your brain bad, it's gonna treat you bad. Feel sorry for yourself. Coach doesn't like me. There's no accountability there. But you think the positive side, well, let me bust my ass more so he has no choice but to play me. Then coach likes you. Of course, every coach has favorites. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that there's no coach that has favorites. Every coach has favorites. It just so happens to be the people that work the hardest that are always the favorites. Mm-hmm. So those kids, those parents, that when coach has favorites, work harder, play better, because that's the only thing that's gonna give you those results. But again, there's a way to go about it. Baseball's like this. If it was all like this, we would all be where we wanted to be. Yep. And if it was easy, then everybody would do it.
Yes, sir. 100%.
And yeah, that's going to go ahead and wrap up the episode, guys. Again, thank you guys so much for your guys' time. and for the facility. It's awesome. You know, we appreciate you guys coming on. You guys like, comment, subscribe. You guys let us know. Let us know in the comments who you guys want to see on next. If you guys have any questions for these guys, we're gonna link their Instagrams in the description below. We're gonna tag Torque. It's located here on the west side of El Paso. Anything else, man?
Oh no, like I said, I love that. I wish I could get that. Like, I wish my team had a facility so I could just put that. But hard work beats talent. What do you say? You always have a saying.
Hard work beats, or like every day and twice on Sunday.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect way to end this.
But I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys.
Thanks
Peace.
for having us.
Yes, sir. No, thank you guys.
Always, thank you guys.
Cool, man.
Awesome, boys. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you guys.
Hey, all I ask, bro, is to be a guest here and there on the
All right,
tailgate.
for sure. You guys are welcome whenever you guys
Because when
want.
you guys are talking that shit about the Dodgers.
We were tailgate talking on a Sunday afternoon. So let's call up the boys, bring a case or two, cause we ain't got nothing to lose. I know we were tailgate talking on a Sunday afternoon.